person could have the cojones, the balls, to say that they only want immigrants to come into the United States who could be of service to the United States. I find it ironic that how much more can you ask of a human being than to offer up to put their life on the line and sacrifice their blood for a country that they're not even a citizen of, where only 1% of your own citizenry is even serving in the military. How much more sacrifice or commitment can you ask for undocumented people than to offer up their children to be of service to a country that they are not citizens of? It's a hypocrisy. And then turn on me when we serve the country, put our lives on the line, and they, at the same time, have shed their blood, and then turn around because they've made a mistake, in many cases because of their military service, turn around and say that it is unjust. They should be held accountable. They should be responsible for their own actions. Where's the deference, I believe? And they say, well, why should veterans get a pass on bad behavior? I say back to them, they should get deference because they put their lives, they gave the ultimate sacrifice and willing to put their lives on the line. They bled for it. There is a natural deference there that should be under consideration. And to only have that turn around and to be able to be deported after their service and sacrifice and the commitment of families, both in loss of their children, their sons and their daughters, and then say that they're undeserving or have not made the proper sacrifice, what more can you ask? So I'm angry. And this is more than just about just the deported veterans, which is very important, but this is about the conscience of our country. What type of country are we? What type of place are we where those who are willing to sacrifice and commit their children, their daughters and their husbands, or our own lives for this, and then to be turned away after that sacrifice is made? That is beyond unconscionable to me, and it is uncomprehensible, and this will be a fight that I have until the end of my last breath, because I won't stand for it. Not only was I a veteran and sacrificed with you, these people who stood next to me, protected me, fed me, looked out for me when I was sick, then all veterans should be in this cause. And I think that we together, you are no longer alone. That many people are joining this fight, joining this responsibility and stuff to bring our country back to right thinking and to right action, and to have our family brought back into the country, back into the fold, because this is where they started. So that's sort of my little piece, and that's what makes my commitment. I think that's what the commitment is to Jan. But I just wanted to, I know I've said this maybe a couple of times to a couple of individuals, but this is even more important. I wanted to sort of bring this into perspective. We've been asked to bring something to this country, bring something to the table. Well, not only did we bring something to the table, we paid up front. You guys paid first. And so in that respect, you are owed something too. If not for mistakes and stuff, and many times we're also looking for justice. Because many of you here and many of those, we have what we know to be thousands of veterans spread out with over 30 countries. This is unconscionable. You ask people to come to serve this country and then turn them away and turn your back on them. That is unacceptable to me. And they need to be brought back home. So until we get back home, we're dedicating ourselves here today. This is one of our first retreats to be able to start on that mission, on that march together again, together. To make this change and make the country, to uphold the promises made, promises kept. And that's it.
Great. Thank you very much, Maurice.
Excuse me, Maurice, isn't it also true that they have paid their price to society?
Absolutely.
It's not
Yeah,
just
twice.
that they paid
That's
up
the point I was
front.
making.
They
Yeah.
paid their price to society.
That's right. You're making them pay twice. Not
correct.
only for the commitment of the crime and you go into jail or in the detention centers, but then to also be turned away into a country that you know nothing about, or to back to a naturalization to a place you've never been before is unconscionable. You can't. If we say that's unfair, that you should be paying twice for the same crime or the same mistake. I should probably say what that is. And then often that mistake is built upon the service of your country. Substance abuse, alcohol, mental health problems, primary brain, all sorts of reasons why that can be directly related and tied to their military service. There should be a deference for it because you paid the cost for it. Not only do you deserve to be back home, you earn the right to be back home. That's it.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Great. Thank you very much.